Following presentation will show you the first 55 of the 110 Messier objects. The other 55 will be posted soon. Charles Messier was an astronomer from the late 1700s to the early 1800s. He found these objects and cataloged them. Amateur astronomers worldwide work hard to locate all 110 of these objects. Here's a chart of all 110 objects. Messier 21 is an open cluster in Sagittarius. M21 sits at about 4,200 light-years away and is nearly 4.7 million years old. M21 contains about 35 stars that shine at the apparent magnitude of 6.5. Messier 22. M22 is a globular cluster in Sagittarius. It is one of the brightest globular clusters. Best time to view is June to August. M22 has an apparent magnitude of 5.1. M22 is about 10,605 light-years away and is about 12 million years old. FYI, the cluster orbits the Milky Way center once every 200 million years and contains about 83,000 stars. Messier 23. M23 is an open cluster in Sagittarius with an apparent magnitude of 5.5. It is about 2,149 light-years away with about 150 stars and is nearly 220 million years old. Messier 24. M24 is the small Sagittarius star cloud. It's located in Sagittarius, about 10,000 light-years away. It boasts an apparent magnitude of 4.6. June is a good time to view the 30 or so stars in this cluster. Messier 25. M25 is an open cluster in the constellation of Sagittarius. The cluster has an apparent magnitude of 4.9 and sits at about 2,000 light-years away. M25 is estimated to be 67.6 million years old and contains about 601 stars. Messier 26. M26 is an open cluster found in the constellation of Scutum. The cluster sits about 5,003 light-years away from Earth and contains only about 90 stars at an apparent magnitude of about 8.0. The cluster is about 89 million years old and is best seen from June to September. Messier 27. M27 is a planetary nebula in Vulpecula. It was first discovered by Charles Messier in 1764. M27 is 1,227 light-years away and has an apparent magnitude of 7.5. It is more commonly referred to as the Dumbbell Nebula. Messier 28. M28 is a globular cluster in Sagittarius. The cluster sits 17,940 light-years away and contains about 50,000 stars. It is estimated to be about 12 billion years old and has an apparent magnitude of 7.6. Messier 29. M29 is an open cluster in the Cygnus constellation. The cluster sits about 5,871 light-years away and has less than 50 stars that shine at an absolute magnitude of 7.1. Messier 30. M30 is a globular cluster in the constellation of Capricornus that sits about 27,000 light-years away. The cluster has an apparent magnitude of 7.7 and is about 12.93 billion years old. Note, M30 is approaching us at about 182 kilometers per second. Messier 31. M31 is a spiral galaxy in the Andromeda constellation. It is, of course, commonly referred to as the Andromeda Galaxy. The galaxy is 2.53 million light-years away from Earth, but is approaching us at 402,000 kilometers per hour. In 4.5 billion years, it will collide with our galaxy. The apparent magnitude is 3.4 and it contains 1 trillion stars. M32. M32 is a dwarf galaxy sitting about 2.48 million light years away. The best time to view it is October to December. The galaxy has an apparent magnitude of 8.03. M32 is a satellite galaxy of Andromeda. The blur in the middle is M32. In the background you can see its proximity to the Andromeda galaxy. Messier 33. M33 is a galaxy in the Triangulum constellation. It is about 2.73 million light years away, with an apparent magnitude of 5.72. The common designation is the Triangulum galaxy. The galaxy contains approximately 40 billion stars. Charles Messier first catalogued this galaxy in August of 1764. Messier 34. M34 is an open cluster in Perseus. It sits at about 1,533 light years away and has about 100 stars. M34 is about 200 to 250 million years old, with an apparent magnitude of 5.2. It was first discovered by Giovanni Battista Holdering in 1654, but was added to Charles Messier's list in 1764. Messier 35. M35 is an open cluster in Gemini. It sits at about 2,772 light years away and is one of the younger open clusters at 100 million years old. Messier 36. M36 is an open cluster in the constellation of Auriga. It is commonly called the pinwheel cluster. M36 has an apparent magnitude of 6.3 and is about 4,100 light years away. The cluster has less than 60 stars. Messier 37. M37 is the brightest and richest open cluster in Auriga. The cluster lays about 4,511 light years away. M37 has an apparent magnitude of 6.2 and contains about 500 stars. M37 is about 346 to 550 million years old. Messier 38. M38 is an open cluster in the constellation of Auriga. The cluster is 3,477 light years away and has an absolute magnitude of 7.4. The cluster is 220 million years old and contains about 100 stars. M38 is commonly called the starfish cluster. The brightest star in the cluster is a yellow giant with an apparent magnitude of -1.5, which makes it 900 times more luminous than our Sun. Messier 39. M39 is an open cluster in Cygnus that has an apparent magnitude of 5.5. It only contains about 30 stars and is 1,063 light years away. Messier 40. M40 is a double star in Ursa Major. The apparent magnitudes are 9.65 and 10.10. The stars are about 510 light years away and are great to view in the evening skies.